And Professor Marcus actually did, Klaus did a fantastic job of trying to lead into what I am going to say. We are sitting in one of the holiest places on earth, the Vatican. It is where belief and spirituality reside. But we are also sitting in this room, which brings together both spirituality and reasoning, spirit and science together. That is the essence of humanity. My name is Akhtar Badshah, and I'm a person. I'm a person on a mission to ensure that every single one of us asks the question, why? Why do we exist? And are able to articulate why we exist. Professor Krauss showed an image of this little white dot in Saturn, taken by Carl Sagan. I will show you another picture, also taken by Carl Sagan, which is the pale blue dot, which is us suspended in a light beam, in a sunbeam. It is here that we know everything, why we exist. Every single experience that we have had as humans has happened on this pale blue dot. Purpose. Purpose mindset is the why we exist, and we exist to ensure, even though we may be insignificant in this large universe, but on this planet, we have significance. And for every single one of us, our purpose should be to ensure that this pale blue dot continues to exist. Purpose is the reason why. We are constantly driven by a transactional and growth mindset, which is the duality between the self and the work that you do. However, purpose allows you to include the trinity of the community. Why? Why do you do what you do? And how do we move from the focus on the self, which is the me, to the focus on the we, which is the collective good? Purpose is the soul of why we exist. It isn't a cause, it is not a revelation, it is a choice. And it can be experienced in every single thing that you do. A CEO may not have a purpose. Mr. Foster, as a CEO, had a purpose. And the purpose for that company was articulated. It was not just creating a sneaker. It was actually giving purpose to a whole generation of women who actually used that as a way to uplift themselves. And in a way, he created a business that created billions of dollars of revenue. But it was not the revenue. It was at the end of the day that it provided purpose to millions of women who became self-confident because that piece of shoe. Purpose, therefore, builds bridging networks that span diverse social cleavages, rather than bonding networks that actually reinforce the existing identities that we have. And at the end of the day, purpose is not about who you want to be, but it is about who you want to serve. In my book, I articulated 5 principles around purpose mindset. The first is discovering strength. Every single one of us has strengths, but we spend more time focused on our weaknesses and overcoming our weaknesses. By the way, this is actually a neurological phenomenon where doctors will actually tell you to focus on your strengths. I was squint in my right eye. As a child, I was operated upon it. The muscle that's weak at the back of the eye, with age, it loosens up. I had to go get another operation. And the doctor said, the ophthalmologist said, I can't work on your right eye. I have to work on your left eye. I said, what? You're going to make me look like? I said, no, I'll trick your brain. 40 minutes. Left eye, strength. Second principle is about abundance. Have a focus, a lens of abundance. Start. Things will happen. We are here today because these two gentlemen sitting across from me decided to actually start something and bring us together. And what that will lead to is what we don't know, because it is not going to be 1 plus 1, as Professor Gabriel said. It is going to be 1 plus 100. Plus 1 equals 100. So start. Third, it is not about being efficient in what you do, but it is about being effective. It's thinking about not doing things the right way, but it's about picking the right thing to do. We're no longer in the age of creating organizations. We actually now create movements. And in creating movements, it is not about how you manage. You don't manage a movement. You don't lead a movement. You catalyze a movement. You conduct a movement. And at the end of the day, it is about moving from empathy to compassion. Compassion is that inner circle where you are willing to give your life to a person that you don't know. Most of us are not going to do that, but can we be on that journey from generosity to empathy to compassion so that we can start focusing on the collective and not on the individual? These 5 gentlemen that you see on this screen, they were released from prison 3 years ago. They were in prison for 20 years to life in the California State Penitentiary. For the good work that they did in prison, they were released in March of 2021. They called me up and said, we've been released from prison. You've written a book on purpose. We found purpose. We want to talk to you. These individuals are today on a mission to ensure that every single person that has been formally incarcerated and released gets a job where they can use their mind. In prison, they were incarcerated. Their physical space was limited, but their mind was free. Purpose can move mountains. So why purpose? Because first, it leads to greater fulfillment in life. It does lead to better physical and psychological health. It improves performance, and it makes you more effective. But at the end of the day, it is important to recognize that purpose is a journey, and it will change as your life circumstances change. And what one must remember is that individuals are not a problem to be solved, but we are possibilities to be embraced and nurtured. How do we live with purpose? First, I help people craft, I help individuals and organizations craft an individual purpose statement and then live it. Reflect, take a time to reflect, create atomic habits, build on it, ask the why. First, as an individual, for your family, for your community, then your work. Model purpose and model that behavior. It is about making the daily habit of asking the why. It is about praising impact. It is about exploring feelings. It is about enabling experimentation, and it is about a vision. But before we end, and if I can get just 2 more minutes, I would like to do a short exercise with all of you. For those that are willing, if you could please stand up and come in the middle. Please stand up and come in the middle, because I want you to move. And the way we are seated, you actually can't move. So if you don't mind coming out in the center. What we are going to do is you're going to point your hand out and just give yourself space, because you're going to turn around and you're going to go as far as you can go. One hand and turn around. Just turn around. Just go in one circle. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, no, no, no. Wrong, 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 wrong. No. Look at what I'm doing. You're going to start from here. You're not going to move your legs. You're just going to move your body, and you're going to go as far as you can go, and you're going to come back. Okay, let's go. Move, 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 move. Okay, back. Now we're going to shut our eyes, and we're going to imagine us just in our head doing the exact same thing. Okay, start. You're moving, 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 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 200 degrees, 240 degrees, 300 degrees, 350 degrees. Now we're going to come back. Close your eyes again and repeat that exercise all over again. Start, move, move, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 240 degrees, 300 degrees, 320, 330, 340, come back. Now we're going to do it physically. We're going to go back again and start, open your eyes, and we're going to move. 1, 2, 3, keep going, 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 keep going. Back. What did you see? In 2 seconds, I was able to get you to move 30% more than what you were able to do before. That's the power of neuroplasticity in your mind. Purpose is that for you. If you can apply purpose every single day, the amount of impact that you can create to make the world a better place is infinite. It starts with you. Build the habit. Purpose, at the end of the day, as Amanda Gorman, our poet laureate from the US, said, but there is always light if we are brave enough to see it, if we are brave enough to be it. Purpose is your light. Turn on that switch. Thank you very much.